Hi there! I hope you have a day that you really want to have. And today we are talking about books.
Books.
I don't know if previously I mentioned that I'm in love with books and I like to read different kind of books. It's not a specific genre. It's not necessarily only fiction or non-fiction. It's everything in between depending on my mood. And obviously in this channel, I'll be sharing the non-fiction books because that's what is it about the channel about. It includes development, personal development, and professional development. And truly, I found value in all books. And recently, a really famous person, and I won't try to butcher his name because sometimes I cannot pronounce names, so I'll just insert his name here. And he said that any books are important. Non-fiction books are really great because they help you develop, and the fiction books are also useful because they enable you to run your imagination, they enable you and they develop your creativity. So any books are really good. I don't know if previously I mentioned that I am insanely in love with books, and before life just got really busy on me, I was reading books. And actually in 2016, I had a goal to read 100 books, and in reality, I read 88. And I was disappointed. Next year, I decided to be more realistic, and I made a goal to read 50 books, and in reality, I read only 33. So I don't know if there's a lesson that I should learn from there or not, but that year I became a mom, so that happened. And since then, it's really hard for me to find time to spend time with books, but once in a while, I really do that because I'm most happy when I'm sitting down in a quiet place and reading a book that I enjoy. Emerging in that world, either fictional or non-fictional, it doesn't matter. So we are here to talk about books that I want to recommend. This is a book that I picked up from Microsoft Build. They had a library there. And this is Winning the Brain Games. And this is by Matthew E. May. And to read from the back cover here, which will give you a general idea what it is, but this is for business and psychology section. Okay, Winning the Brain Games. Matthew May has brilliantly coalesced remarkable work from leading scientists and psychologists to reproduce an accelerating rethink of conceptual problem solving. Being a software engineer, we all have to problem solve. Personally speaking, I wish I would come across this book 30 years ago. My hair would have not been so gray. So hopefully this describes what book this is about. It's kind of rewiring the way we think about our brain, how to problem solve, and so more. Great book, really recommended. Another book that is really good, and this will be probably towards the section of innovation. How do you want to innovate? And we being software developers, we really need to innovate. And this is written by Peter Sims, and it's how breakthrough ideas emerge from small discoveries. And here's what Daniel H. Pink said about this book. With examples that range from traditional business to stand-up comedies, Peter Sims shows that the path to big success is lined with small failures. This is a powerful and practical book. And we know that we have to fail a lot in software engineering. I started to read this book. There's great examples. I really enjoy it. I haven't finished it yet. It's really good. I don't know what else I can say, but you can go to Amazon and see other reviews. Just don't take my word for it. It's really packed with a lot of practical ideas and stuff that we all can add to our toolkit. So yeah, I'll definitely add the links in the description box below this video. The next one that I mentioned previously, but I don't think I talked enough about, is Code. And this is a probably a Bible for software developers that all developers should have, and this is goes to category of software engineering and programming. I can see that I have a lot of marks here that I want to revisit. I really recommend this book for anybody from the beginner to more experienced developers. It doesn't matter. It's definitely that any developer should read. The history of this book actually went to a talk of Uncle Bob. He was talking, I don't remember the topic he was talking, but he was giving away books there. I believe he gave away 5 books, and I won this book, and it's signed by Uncle Bob. Another book that I really like, I actually read it a month ago, it was on my TBR for a really long time. It's Innovation Games. And this is software engineering and product management category. Here are a lot of good examples or suggested games on how to run a project, how to do retrospective, ideas on how to, like, with your customers, how to gather the requirements, what matters for them the most. So it's everything with examples, how it works, what exact steps to take. And I actually implemented one of these games in my retrospective with my team, and my team loved it. They are looking forward for me to bring more into making our team more fun, and they really, really enjoy it. So, yep, Innovation Games, it's really good. I believe, how to introduce this book, design patterns should be a topic that all the developers should be really familiar with. And a lot of people know and will recommend for the design pattern the Gang of Four book, the design patterns, right? And the reality, that book is really good, but that was never intended to be a book. It actually was a thesis that those 4 authors wrote it, and then it was published as a book. But the way my brain works, it's easy to grasp the concept from this book. So design patterns head first. I really like the way that they provide the examples, how they walk you through, how they immerse you in the scenario. It's really, it works for me, I'll tell you that. So, and if you look at my bookshelf, you will see that I have a lot of head first books. And here we got to a book that I was really happy to buy. Probably it was a few weeks ago. And I mentioned before that I'm a mom, and my daughter soon will be 2, and I'm looking forward to that. But you will call me crazy, but I already bought her programming books. And I've been buying her books a lot since before birth, before she was on this world yet, and she loves books. But I decided to buy her first coding books, and to my surprise, they are really, really good coding books. So this is here it says probably it goes to anybody from 3 years and up, I believe, or something like that. I didn't remember where it was, but this is really good book for kids, but also for people who want to get into software engineering. It's really good to kind of grasp complex ideas into small bite pieces. So apologize for that. It kind of has really simple and interactive ways to do different steps and introduce the concept of programming and computer science. So I really like the way that is done. It's I really recommend it. It's not necessary for really a young kid. It's just I want to get my daughter to start to think about this, but I'm not going to force her to be a programmer. I just want her to to take this as games and develop her imagination and brain and so on. So process. This is How to Be a Coder. It's really also a good book where this is more focused on Scratch, which I previously, I believe, I mentioned, but crafting code and also different games. So yeah, these are my book recommendations, and I have so many more that I read or on my TBR, but this video will be extremely long if I talk about all of them. But these are that made on top of this video, and hopefully you enjoy the selection that I have for you prepared. Leave your book recommendation below, because I really would like to see what you like, or what else I could read, because I always looking for good recommendations and good books to read. Hopefully you found valuable book recommendations, are the ones that you're looking forward to read or add to your TBR. And please leave your books that you would like to recommend. I'm always looking for new books to read. I really enjoy that. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button and subscribe if you didn't subscribe yet, and see you next time. Next video will be about Google research on soft skills. Bye bye, happy engineering, and see you in the next video.